Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you and tell you how to hold a paintbrush correctly. This will be a full tutorial for beginners, so let's get right into the video. There is a right and a wrong way to holding a paintbrush, I will tell you that much. Yes, you can paint holding the paintbrush anyway. I can paint like this, I can put it under my armpit and I can paint like this, but that's not gonna give me good results. Now I've painted many rooms. I'm a do-it-yourselfer, so I've painted so much square footage, it's unbelievable. I've painted, I don't know, probably like 30 rooms in my life, maybe even more. 30 full rooms, top to bottom, trim, ceiling, everything. Probably even more, because even at my parents' house, every time we did a new, like a refresher of the house, we'd paint a bunch of rooms and I would help out, okay? So probably even more than that. Now, I'm nothing compared to these professional painters, but I have learned the right and the wrong way to hold the paintbrush, okay? Now, don't judge me by this brush. This is an old brush. It's completely torn up. I used it to paint the bricks on a fireplace, so I was just jamming it into all of the brick gaps where the mortar was, so it's ready to go in the garbage, to be honest with you, but I wanted to use it for this video tutorial because instead of just getting rid of it, I can actually use it for a video first. So I used to paint like this. I would hold the brush like this and I would paint, and it got the job done, but it was really hard to get straight lines. I couldn't cut a ceiling, I couldn't cut a wall corner or wall edge, I should say, properly. I just couldn't do it. Paint would get everywhere, right? Paint would get everywhere. This would be a regular occurrence for me. Paint would be all over the brush. And this is after cleaning it, right? Now, obviously this was because of the fireplace. It's really hard to keep the paint contained in that situation, but all of my brushes look like this. What I learned, when I learned the proper way, the correct way to hold the paintbrush, complete game changer. I'm able to cut ceilings really effectively now, cut the edges of walls in a perfectly straight line, cut along the trim in a perfectly straight line, okay? It all became so much easier, and it's all due to me changing my grip and practicing with that grip. It felt so weird at first, but this is the correct way to hold the paintbrush. So I beat around the bush for a long time, you know, because I wanted to get you some backing to my tutorial, okay, to preface it with some stuff. So essentially, you have your handle like this, and then you're gonna have a bulky part of the brush right here, okay? You wanna get your 4 fingers like this, place them like this on one side of the brush, okay? And then you're going to get your thumb on the other side like that. Your 4 fingers are gonna go on this big flat part of the brush, and your thumb is gonna go essentially right where the handle meets the flat part, so right like that, okay? Now you can experiment holding it like a little bit more like that, a little bit more like that. I always recommend basically a 45-degree angle. As you can see, 45 degrees like that, and then my thumb is also 45 degrees if you take a look at it like that, okay? So on about a 45-degree angle, halfway between perfectly flat, straight, and perfectly upwards perpendicular. 45 degrees is about halfway between like a complete horizontal and a complete vertical, because this is 0, this is 90, half of that will be 45. Now, when you do this, you have the proper grip, and you can paint in so many different situations. So let me just demonstrate on this wall over here. If you want to paint along the trim, all that you gotta do is get your brush, okay? Just sort of feather it out a little bit like that, and then bring it in close to the trim, angle it, apply pressure so the tips of your bristles are gonna be coming on the wall, are gonna be touching the wall, and then just travel it down. Obviously, now I'm gonna do a complete separate tutorial on cutting ceilings and cutting trim and stuff like that when painting, but that's the gist of it. When you hold your brush like this, you can go straight up and down like that, as you can see, just by going like that, okay? You can also go on a side like this, just by going like this, and you can also cut in like this by applying some pressure like that, okay? Now what I do is I get my thumb side on the wall side, okay? And my 4 fingers are on the outside, okay? And that's how I end up cutting in things like this. If I'm cutting in the ceiling, these are low ceilings over here, so you can cut in like that, right? You know, yeah, I mean, it's really, really easy to do. And at first it's gonna feel weird. Your hand might cramp a little, might cramp up a little at first. If you experience cramps, honestly, loosen your grip a little bit, and it's just a matter of practice. You're gonna build up those muscles. I don't get any cramps anymore whenever I'm using a paintbrush like this. It's really easy to do, and I've shown you exactly how to hold a paintbrush correctly in this video. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. I'm not gonna drop this. I promise. I'll do this 1,000 times. I'm not gonna drop this, but that's it, and that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.